people who had served Biden since the beginning of his campaign hadn't been picked for the White House. They hadn't been picked for White House jobs. They took issue with Biden appointing his campaign manager, Jennifer O'Malley Dillon, and one of her deputies, Julie Rodriguez, to his senior positions, even though they joined his team as Super Tuesday in March. People who are not part of winning had hard-fought primary place been before people who were part of that. One Biden advisor told Politico, if you notice, Jen's people are being taken care of. A Biden representative told Politico that the transition team includes many longtime campaign staffers alongside of transition staffers who have been laying the groundwork for a smooth transition for months. It is still extremely early in the press for staffing the Biden-Harris administration, and the people who had put in hard work will continue to be an integral part of the work moving forward, the representative added. A campaign advisor, however, told the news outlets that a lot of people are living in uncertainty. The Biden transition team did not immediately respond to insiders' request for comment. These staffers, they're not happy. They are not happy in the slightest right now. And I think they have every reason to be upset. I think they have every reason to be mad, and you're getting screwed. You did all the hard work just for his people to come in and swoop your job away. Kind of funny how that works, isn't it? It's fucked up for the people that really thought that they were going to get something out of it. I believe that, Biden might owe them some kind of an explanation, but I doubt they'll ever get one. Because, gotta start it up. Gotta roll the window down real quick. Yeah, but I don't think Biden's ever gonna give them what they want. I think the answers they want, they're never going to get, and I think that bugs them. As it should, right? Now, like I said, there's a lot of articles to get through, and a lot of articles, there's just news just going. But this particular article is about AOC and Ilhan Omar. And like I said, the progressive left really is going to shoot their shot here. I think they think they were promised more than they were, and they're expecting a whole lot more than they're ever going to get. That's personally what I think, man. You already know Ilhan Omar and AOC are batshit crazy. I mean, they're nuts. You got, like I said before, you have Ayanna Pressley and Rashida Tlaib coming up with the Breathe Act, and that's such a sweeping legislation. You will ruin America before you ever try to help it. And I don't think that they give a damn if they do that either which way. They don't care. And that's a problem. Now, AOC and Ilhan Omar want to block Biden's former chief of staff. See? I'm telling you, a lot of these progressives that ran with Biden are not happy about how this came out. AOC and Ilhan Omar are boosting a petition against Joe Biden's nominating his former chief of staff to a new role in his administration, calling Bruce Reed a deficit hawk, and criticizing his past support for Social Security and Medicare cuts. Why it matters. Progressives are mounting their pressure campaign after the president-elect did not include any of their favored candidates in his first slate of cabinet nominees, and they are serious about installing some of their allies, blocking anyone who doesn't pass their small test and making some noise if they are not heard. Joe Biden's about to realize how loud the squad really is about to get. Now, driving the news. This is from Axios. Driving the news. Some progressives have privately said the order of Biden's announcement was important to send an early signal, and incoming administration took them seriously. So far, they're suspicious of some of the people being named or rumored for jobs, but happy with John Kerry, Janet Yellen, Alejandro Mayorkas, and Linda Thompson Greenfield. AOC and Omar and fellow squad members Tlaib and are the first sitting members of Congress to sign the petition, which which objects to Reid potentially serving as head of the Office Management and Budget. It was launched by the Justice Democrats. So you already got the squad trying to throw their little bit of weight around. It didn't take them long. I didn't think it would, though. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't think it would take long. AOC and Ilhan are going to run things the way they're going to try to run things the way they think they're going to be able to get away with it. They've been running roughshod for years now. And they really have no general sign of having to stop because people keep putting them back in office. Rejecting Reid will be a major test for the soul of Biden's presidency, says demanding that OMB be staffed with people who will prioritize working people, not Wall Street deficit scaremongers. Reid led the Bowell-Simpson Commission under Barack Obama, which progressives opposed because it made cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Biden must not repeat Obama's mistake. The petition says the Biden transition team didn't respond to the request for comment by publication time. If the Biden administration is serious about protecting Medicare and Social Security, they must not appoint one of their biggest champions to the cuts to lead their budget agency, she said in her statement. Yeah. The progressives aren't too happy about with some of Biden's picks. But again, I don't think that's all that shocking when you actually think about it. I know a lot of people ain't too shocked by it. But there could be some out there that are like, well, I didn't see that coming, this, that, the other. But, it goes, is I guess the easiest way to say it. She has another one. In AOC, here's another one about AOC. Because in my eyes, she's in Biden's ass right now, is the easiest way to say it for me. Like, she's in Biden's ass. She's going to be up in there because she thinks she's going to be able to get some out of it. This is from Forward. Ocasio-Cortez doubles down on Biden keeping Emanuel out for covering up a murder. AOC is doubling down on her insistence that former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel not be chosen to serve in President-elect Joe Biden's administration after reports he was under consideration to be Secretary of Transport. AOC wrote on Twitter, "What is so hard to understand about this? Rahm Emanuel helped cover up a murder of Laquan McDonald. Covering up a murder is disqualifying for public leadership. This is not about visibility of a post. This is shameful and concerning that he is even being considered." 2 weeks ago, AOC told the New York Times in an interview someone like Rahm Emanuel would be a pretty divisive pick. AOC, seen as a leader of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, added, "It would signal, I think, a hostile approach to the grassroots and progressive wing of the party." See, she only cares about her wing. She don't give a fuck about America. Now, I don't know much about the Rahm Emanuel deal or him covering up a murder of Laquan McDonald's, but AOC is definitely, like I said, she's trying to throw a weight around that, and that's something she is definitely trying to do. That's not just maybe that's what she is attempting to do that. And she's even got other people going out saying that he shouldn't be. You got Jamal Bowman saying Rahm Emanuel should not be considered for any position within the Biden administration. Again, it's not their administration, but yet they're going to be trying to pull a rough shot over it and be trying to. That's what the progressives do. Like, let's just be honest. That's what they do. This is not new. This is not. Excuse me. That's not uncommon. But got a couple other articles here, and it's. A lot of it has to do with Biden, man. Biden's all over the news. A lot of what he's picking his cabinet. He's got to come up with his, I guess, what he's going to be doing in his first 100 days, this, that, the other. He's got a lot coming out now, and he's going to have to answer for a good portion of it, is the easiest way to say that. It's not something that he's going to be able to just wander off or walk away from or gaff his way out of. At least, I don't think so. But, again, I could be wrong. It wouldn't be something that would shock me if I was wrong, but I could be. Now, Stephen Moore is going to tell us why Joe Biden wants to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. Now, Trump made it very clear in a tweet that he said it out loud that in some conference that the Paris Climate Accord will not help America; it will kill the American economy. He made that very clear. Now, this is from Fox News, so I already know people are going to be upset just because it's Fox, but we still got to use them as news as it is. Now, here we are in the midst of the second wave of once-in-a-half-century pandemic, with the economy flattened and millions of Americans unemployed, race riots in the streets in our major cities, and President-elect Joe Biden says that one of his highest priorities as president will be to re-enter the Paris Climate Accord. Trump kept his America First promise and pulled America out of the Obama-era treaty. Biden wants back in immediately. Why? Paris is unmitigated failure. You don't have to take my word for it. National Geographic, a supporter of climate change action, ran the numbers and admits its recent headlines. Most countries aren't hitting 2030 climate goals. I think a novice could have told you that. Just putting it mildly, most haven't even reached half of their pledged target for emissions reductions. Robert Watson, a former chair of the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change, laments, countries need to double down and triple their 2030 reduction commitments to be aligned with the Paris target. So Trump pulled out of it, and these other countries aren't even close to hitting their target, and they still got, 10 years, 9 years. 9 years and a few months. Or 9 years and a few weeks, I guess is the easiest way to say it, huh? But did they need the United States to hit their numbers, their emissions, or were they just banking on the United States being one of the bigger parties in there that's going to be putting taxpayer money up? I bet that's what it had to do with it. Now, one country making substantial progress in reducing carbon emissions is the U.S. under President Donald Trump. Oh, my Lord. But Biden wants to ruin that by entering the Paris Climate Accord. Makes sense, right? Because Biden wants to ruin anything that Trump touched because Biden doesn't like that what Trump did worked. That's what he doesn't like. Now, even though our gross domestic product is way up over the past 4 years, our carbon dioxide emissions are down. Our air pollution levels and emissions of lead, carbon monoxide, and other pollutants are at record low levels. Here is Paris in a nutshell. We put our coal miners out of their jobs and cripple our $1 trillion oil and gas industry while China and India keep polluting and laugh at us behind our back. That's exactly what they'll do. Meanwhile, Beijing is far and away the largest polluter. Yeah, year after year, it makes hollow promises to stop climate change while they build dozens of new coal plants. India and its 1 billion people are hooked on coal too. Here is Paris in a nutshell. These nations have bigger and more immediate development priorities about worrying about climate change models and their guesstimates above global temperature in 50 years. See, Biden wants to go rock back because he's talking about it. We got to be tight with our allies, and he wants he don't care about America first. He doesn't. He does not. Build back better. He's not going to build shit back better. He's going to ruin everything he touches. It's truly a sad thing. It's truly sad. Now, I'm not gonna, how to say it? I'm not gonna act as if Biden is gonna be the worst person alive to ever grace the office. But I don't think he's gonna be the best, and I don't really think that he should be given much of a chance because he's already had 8 years as vice president, and he didn't do a whole lot with it. He's definitely proved that he's not for America. And one of the saddest parts is all the people that were looking up how can they change their vote, this, that, the other, and they realized they couldn't. Maybe they realized after Biden lied about fracking or he lied about our guns. Because in these Times reports, Biden can't reach his own climate goals without banning